Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Bookie Bashing. Championship weekend is here, and we are very excited to come at you with this action. As always, I am your host, Anthony Nicky Jr., alongside my gambling experts. Ace, I know you're feeling good after that divisional round success we had last Sunday.
Yeah, feeling great, and not just for the winning weekend, Tone. I was watching the games with the family. We finally got all of us together to celebrate Hanukkah, so it was really nice to see everybody, get some presents, and it was a cherry on top that everybody was winning with our picks.
Yeah, better late than never celebrating those holidays, Ace. And on my other side, looking great as always, Joey Staxxx. How you feeling going into the championship weekend?
I'm feeling fantastic, Tone. Let me tell you what. We got two big games. I absolutely love the both of them. We got two winners coming your way, and I'll tell you what, we're going to head into this Super Bowl with a full head of steam here, baby. Let's roll.
Yeah, very excited for these two championship games. Love these two winners here as Vegas sets these lines at a touchdown each. Think we got the two locks to head into this Super Bowl. As we say, pick up steam and continue to build on what's been a great NFL season. If you've been riding us since day one, 57-35 overall. Of course, 3 out of 4 winning weeks, getting some momentum heading into this playoff weekend and last week. Nice 2-1 divisional round weekend. I don't want to waste any more time, though. We've been making you so much money this year. I want to continue to do it. Let's bang the bookies hard in this championship Sunday. Start them off at the top. Leading off this championship weekend in Seattle, laying the touchdown, we are going to roll with these Hawks all day at home with that 12th man. At some places, I've seen it going up to 7.5. Buy that hook down if you're there. Don't get beat by the touchdown. We love the Hawks here. I think that they lean on Green Bay throughout the 4 quarters and in the end get you a nice double-digit comfortable victory in this one. I have a Seattle team that is so hot right now, playing great defense. In their last 7 matchups, they have given up single digits 5 times. The other 2 games, 17 and 14 points. Teams have not been able to score against these Seahawks. And when they get to the Super Bowl after beating up on Aaron Rodgers and company on Sunday, they will go down as one of the best defenses of all time. Seattle comes into this one great at home. Everyone knows the advantage of that 12th man. 37-16-2 against the spread in the last 55 home games. In the playoffs, 4-1 against the spread. In January, 5-1 against the spread. Following a straight-up win, 5-0-1 against the spread. I mean, everywhere the numbers scream Seattle Seahawks. Their running game is so strong. I think the X factor in this is that Green Bay defense. They're not great at tackling. I think they're going to struggle to contain Wilson and Lynch. Now, as much as I love Aaron Rodgers and company, that injured camp is going to be a big deal. I have such a strong defense in Seattle that Lacey's going to struggle to get going. I just don't see any way Seattle doesn't lean on this Green Bay team at home. Take the Hawks, lay the touchdown. They roll by double digits in this one.
Yeah, folks, I see a ton of value in the Seattle Seahawks laying only a touchdown to an injured Aaron Rodgers-led Green Bay Packers team that, oh, by the way, over 60% of the public is betting on. It's outrageous to me. If you start digging too much into this game and thinking too much about it, you start convincing yourself that Aaron Rodgers is healthier than he really is, and that they're going to be able to upset these favorite Seahawks in Seattle. Not so fast, my friends. Look at the basic numbers, and that'll tell you everything you need to know about this game. Seattle not only plays better when they're at home on both sides of the ball, but when you look at what Green Bay does on the road, they are just not going to have a chance in Seattle this weekend. Green Bay's defense allows a field goal more when they are on the road, and they look a lot worse than that. Meanwhile, their stellar offense that averages over 30 points per game gets almost 10 points less when they're on the road. Now they have to travel to the hardest place in the world to play. And guess what? The weather is not going to be on their side either. It's supposed to be wet, it's supposed to be windy, and it's going to be chilly at kickoff in Seattle. And that does not bode well for Aaron Rodgers and these Packers, who rely on the pass heavily. Meanwhile, Seattle is more than happy to just hand the ball to Marshawn Lynch and have Russell Wilson juke his way around defenders and find a positive play and keep drives alive. And that's what's going to happen as Seattle mounts themselves as one of the most complete teams that we've seen in recent era, as they move to one more Super Bowl and they just dominate the Green Bay Packers. Just make sure when you're placing your bets for this Sunday that you are not one of the many people in America betting on the Packers. Bet Seahawks, guys.
Aaron Rodgers and company head into Seattle to take on the defending champions in this hostile environment against the 12th man. Now, as if that wasn't a tough enough task, if Aaron Rodgers was healthy, now they have a hobbled Aaron Rodgers playing on one leg. The task just got that much harder, guys, and you better believe that this Seattle Seahawks team smells blood. This is a game here where you're going to see Aaron Rodgers take some chances, make a lot of uncharacteristic throws because he is injured. We saw last game. He is definitely not 100%, far from it, and this Seattle Seahawks defense is going to take full advantage of that. You may see one interception, you may see two interceptions, you may see more than two interceptions, but you better believe that this Seattle Seahawks defense is going to come to play. I could even see at the end of this game us looking at the game and saying, wow, what happened to these Green Bay Packers? Now let's talk about the Seattle Seahawks offense. We all know what the defense can do. Now, when you think about this offense, you don't see them as a high-scoring team. You don't think the Seattle Seahawks, oh, that's a great offense. But that is a very dynamic offense. It is tough to plan for. You have an offense here where Marshawn Lynch, one of the toughest tackles in the NFL, is going to just pound that football. And just when you think that you got him under control and you can contain him, Russell Wilson's going to beat you with his leg. He's going to beat you with his arm. Great quarterback, smart quarterback. Obviously, we know that. He won the Super Bowl last year, so we know he has it in him. We know this team has what it takes. We know Pete Carroll is a great coach, and he's going to have these guys ready. We're only laying a touchdown here, okay? I think this game could be a victory by 2 touchdowns. Either way, I see a double-digit victory here. The Seattle Seahawks are going to have us thinking, wow, how is anyone going to beat this team?
Yeah, these two teams met early on in the season when neither of the squads really had their engines going yet. Seattle beat them by 20. Now these teams both clicking on all cylinders, and I think we can see Seattle beat them by 20 again. I just think they're that much better of a football team overall. Take Seattle, lay the touchdown. They lean on them in this one, 33-17 final. Taking it to the AFC side of things, in Foxborough, we are going to roll Indianapolis Colts plus the touchdown. I love Andrew Luck and company to show up and make this a contest on Sunday night. Listen, we love Tom Brady here at Bookie Bashers. All season long, we've been making money on him, but this is the time of year I think Andrew Luck has been shining in his 3rd season, becoming that franchise player, getting out of the shadow of Peyton Manning. A huge win last week in Denver to get into this position made Peyton Manning 11-13 overall all-time in the playoffs. Wants to prove he will have more success than that. Great win in Denver last week. They leaned on and beat up Cincinnati the week before. I think they really show up and make it a game. They will have a chance to win this thing in the end. I got 2 teams here going into this game. Both have been playing great football, but this is the time of year. People call me crazy, but go against the New England Patriots. 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 conference games. 3-11 against the spread in their last 14 playoff games overall. 3-9 against the spread in their last 12 home playoff games. Now I'm laying a touchdown against a tough Colts team. This offense has weapons everywhere, and I know this Patriots defense is better than years past. Great secondary, McCourty, Browner, Revis Island, of course, but I got T.Y. Hilton. So much speed going across the middle. I think he's going to be tough to shut down completely. Still have great compliments in Moncrief and Reggie Wayne, and I love the double tight end duo of Colby Fleener and Dwayne Allen. Weapons all over the place for this Indianapolis Colts team. I don't think New England's going to be able to keep up with them. I'm not saying Tom Brady isn't going to be able to get his. I'm not saying you're not going to see some big points out of Gronkowski. But Indy's defense has been playing better as of late. Shut down Peyton Manning. Shut down Cincinnati the week before. I don't think they shut down Tom Brady, but I think when it counts, they keep it a game. I think they keep Andrew Luck in it. And we know Luck has no problem grenading the ball out there 45, 50 times. They're going to come out and play for all 4 quarters. Mark my words, no matter what the score is. And I think they have a chance in the end to win this thing. Take the touchdown here. I love this game. I love the Colts to stun everybody in Foxborough on Sunday night.
Folks, I don't know if you've heard, but the times, they're changing. Guys, it's very easy to get lost in the allure of Tom Brady and these Patriots this year. They seem unstoppable. We've talked them up all season. And how could you not? They not only have Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, but now they seem like they got that defense working too. Problem is that defense is banged up and really filled with band-aids. While they have been still performing decent, it's a lot to slow down this Indianapolis offense. They're also going to be going up against an offense that has about 7 or 8 targets they like to use regularly. They are not going to be able to focus in on the 1 or 2 targets that make the offense click like they usually are with most teams. And that's going to be a big problem for them. Now, some people might look at what Andrew Luck has done against the Patriots. And it's simple, folks. Tom Brady has just owned him. Just had his number every matchup. But don't get ahead of yourselves if you think Tom Brady's going to dominate this matchup, because it's a different Colts team, guys. Not only do the Colts score more points than the Patriots, but they get more yards and they control the clock better. They're not just a big play offense. They hit more targets than almost any other team. they like to go on those long dink and dunk drives, and that's what Andrew Luck is great in. Managing the game, managing the clock, while still having that big play potential. He is the new face of the NFL, guys. Don't get it twisted. Andrew Luck has beaten Peyton Manning last weekend in the playoffs, and Tom Brady is next on his radar. Either way, him and Chuck Pagano are going to make sure that they stay in it until the very last second. And one of the big points is that they've covered a dozen of their games this season. And that's why they are a great bet this weekend against the New England Patriots team that a lot of people have fallen in love with. Bet the Colts.
Headed into Foxborough here, Andy Luck and company come in just rolling. They played well all season, took the division, as we expected them to, and now this team is just stepping up on every side of the ball. Special teams. The defense steps up when they need to. They get the stops. They don't let up the big plays. And on the offensive side of the ball, Andrew Luck has just been an absolute phenomenon all season. He turned into that guy that we all thought he was going to be back at Stanford. He's that guy, and here it is. The time is now. He's here to take that throne from Brady, okay? And now, let me tell you something. This tight end game for the Indianapolis Colts at Andrew Luck's disposal is one of the best in the league. They are the most underrated tight end game in the entire league. Fleener, just ripping off chunks of yards. The guy gets open. And you got Dwayne Allen in the red zone, the big red zone threat. The guy just has magnets on his hands from Andrew Luck when he's in the end zone, okay? Andrew Luck has plenty of weapons at his disposal. T.Y. Hilton stretching the field. They are a complete team. Perron is stepping up and doing his thing in the absence of Ahmad Bradshaw. I absolutely love this Colts team here, and we're getting a touchdown. I'll take it. Tom Brady is the Tom Brady of recent years. He doesn't have too much talent, but he makes guys look good, and that can only take him so far here, okay? You know, he has his Gronkowski. This Colts team just has the momentum. They really are going to come in here as an underdog with the nothing to lose type of mentality, and I really think we get this outright win here in Foxborough.
Yeah, I love Andrew Luck to battle in this one, plus those 7 points. Listen, people call me crazy early in my career when I told you the first time Eli would win in that Super Bowl. Then I told you the second time Eli would win in that Super Bowl. I think Andrew Luck is taking a huge step this Sunday in Foxborough. All year here at Bookie Bashers, we've been calling big upsets. Look at the one last week, Indy over Denver. We had the Oakland victory. We had Tampa Bay victory over New Orleans. A lot of big upsets this season we've called here. Ace is looking at me, giving me those eyes. He's telling me not to do it. I can't fight my tongue. I can't not do it. Listen, X factor in this game. Adam Vinatieri's about to break Jerry Rice's record in this one for most career playoff games. He got famous in Foxborough in that game. Huge field goal to upset New England on Sunday. Colts win it outright, 31-30. They're in the Super Bowl. That is going to wrap things up here at Bookie Bashing for Championship Sunday. It is crazy. We blinked and this year has gone by, but if you've been with us through this marathon, you've made a lot of money. 57-35, of course, overall. We love these two games this Sunday. It is now a sprint to the finish line. Only 3 football games left. Of course, basketball right around the corner. Going to start making big money in that card with myself and Joey Staxxx. But 3 more big winners here in the NFL, and it's starting with these two on Sunday. Opening things up in Seattle, laying the 7. As I said, at some places it's 7.5. Be smart, as always. Don't get beat by a touchdown. Buy that hook down. But I think Seattle comes out with a double-digit victory here. Too much defense for these Seahawks. 33-17 final. And then in the nightcap, upset city. We're going to take the touchdown. Love those 7 points. Andrew Luck stuns everybody. Adam Vinatieri walks off with a winner. 31-30 final. Love these two games. It is going to be a great championship Sunday. Make some big money before the Super Bowl. Enjoy your weekend. For my gambling colleagues, Mr. Aceberg and Joey Staxxx, I am your host, Anthony Nicky Jr., saying have a great weekend. Continue to make that money, and we will see you here next time at www.bookiebashingats.com.